I gotta go this way anyway, let me see if Cody's in there, he knows how to do it.
I don't know. Maybe it's on.
So I apologize for being late, but I missed the first part of that presentation about what you're going to see.
It's I mean, I know you know what it is, but me trying to take over the airport, I say that's the easiest way I can do that. Me trying to take it privately and do a private FBO. Nothing's gonna change. There's no.
You personally would be the
Yes.
the tenant?
Yes. Yep. So I would still do all the grants for the city with city approval. I'm offering $300,000 and 10 cents a gallon flowage fee. I would do all the grants. Do you know how to work it?
Yeah, you just.
So I pressed the green button. Is it on?
Yeah, it should live stream if you hit just the green button.
Okay. Yes. Okay. Awesome. Thank you. So maybe it's working. I don't know. But so we're doing that December 6th. Taking that. So for vote.
You said we, who's you and who else?
The Pellies.
Pellies.
Yeah. I'll be. They're just solid investors with me.
There's what?
Just the investors part for me. So
Are they
I'll be
from-
doing it.
I don't know them. Are they from around
They're
here?
from Conway. Yeah. Conway.
Really?
Yeah. They're construction. They've been in construction. He builds water towers.
Okay.
Yep.
See, if they're contractors, I don't know them, but not water tower.
Yeah.
ATC.
How are you?
Good.
Pull all this up.
So would you recite again what the payment to the city is going to be?
So right now, we're on, us and sanitation, the only people that are on our own budget. So I have about 500,000 in our general fund that they will keep, and then another 300,000 on top of that. That's what I'm offering.
You know, we had problems before with the private FBO.
Mm-hmm.
And this is no reflection on you or the Pellies, because I don't know the Pellies.
Sure.
And I think well of you.
Yeah.
But I think we've got a good situation now with you running the thing.
Yeah.
It maybe be more, presumably it would be more financially good for you, but I'm not sure that it would be for the city, frankly.
Well,
Given our history before we've had, since you've been here, you're a good manager.
sure. Yeah, thank
And
you.
I'd like to see the circumstances stay just like they are, and I want you to know that.
Yeah, thank you.
And I will look into it some more, but I'll probably come and speak in opposition to it.
Yeah, that's fine. But
And
I
I know
can,
others who will.
sure, I do too. I spoke to them, but I will also, never mind. And that's fine. I respect that, but nothing's going to change for my general aviation folks. They burn the same amount of fuel December through December the whole time. So nothing needs to change for there. I can bring more jets in. We just don't have the hangar space for more general aviation airplanes. So that's not my target. There's nothing I can change with general aviation to bring twice the profits. So I can call more jet people to come and land here. I can't really do that for general aviation. They're gonna go where they need to go for business meetings and stuff like that. So my target's not the general aviation folks.
But why would the city want to give up the control they have now? I don't understand that.
I'm trying to convince them to do it. I haven't asked them why they wouldn't.
Okay.
They would lose 8 employees. They would get all the money back from the general fund. They're losing a whole sector, and they get paid every month. So, I'm not sure.
Anybody else care to speak on that?
I'm learning about this as
Yeah.
of this meeting.
I've heard rumors for a few weeks, but I don't know anything about it.
I just heard about it today too.
I mean, like I said, I haven't want to tell a lot of people because there's nothing that's something you could do. You could do this if you wanted to. So as a business standpoint, I haven't wanted to put it completely out there because there's nothing to say that someone else can't come in behind me and say, hey, I'll offer $1 million to do this. So it's not like I was trying to hide some magic secret or anything like that. But I mean, it's not most airports are not run by the city anymore. Most of them are private. So,
We've not had the best history with a private FBO though, since.
I understand that, yeah. That's not me though. I don't do that. So.
I'm not saying.
I understand. Yeah, no, I understand.
I think you're a good man.
Thank you. No, I appreciate it. I understand that. And I voiced my concerns there. And to fix some of those issues, I don't want to talk ill about all that, but I'm having like our our fuel sales rep just send the check directly to the city every month with the, hey, they pumped 1,000 gallons of jet fuel and 500 of avgas. Here's your 10 cents per gallon for that. That way there's no Jake stealing, I checking that off. So there's not any issues there. I heard that was one of the complaints before. So I was just trying to hear some of that heartache of what used to happen versus what I can do now to fix that. So
I hear you saying that general aviation, the smaller airplanes really aren't a concern. They're just are what they are. But there are also a lot of the people who support the airport, and the reason that the airport got built.
Absolutely.
So I'm wondering if they're just hypothetically, let's just run a scenario because I'm going to get asked questions like this. So let's say we go 2 or 3 years down the road. Let's say somebody is one of those pilots and they're not happy with the way things are going. What recourse do they have? Right now they've got elected officials that they can put pressure on to say, hey, y'all aren't giving us a fair shake. What happens to that?
Not getting a fair
If you're
shake.
leasing it, what recourse does a guy flying a 172 have if he's not happy?
I mean, he can go to Morrilton, I guess. I mean, there's really not.
That's what happened last time.
Yeah.
Some folks left the field because they didn't like the management.
Well, I have no reason. What I've learned is that we're getting way off topic here. This was not the whole soul of this meeting, but more than 50% of general aviation guys fly jets, probably. So I've learned that through my jet guys coming in and landing, they're probably going to come back whenever they're traveling personally with their general aviation aircraft, or vice versa. They may be flying around Conway and then they fly for Walmart, I don't know. And instead of going to Little Rock, now they'll come, they got a great experience in their general aviation aircraft. They're gonna want us to land there with their jet. So I mean, we treat everybody equally, regardless if it's a Cessna 150 or a Falcon 900. You get the same service from all my line staff guys, regardless of what you're flying in. And that's what we've always tried to do since I've been there before I wanted to do this, and that's what I'll continue to do. So I guess there is none to answer your question of what could happen. I have never had that issue since I've been there for 3 years, and I hope to not have that now.
Yeah.
But I understand things happen, and I'm a big believer of talking about it and get it figured out before it has to go anywhere, before it has to leave the airport. I've not had an issue besides hangar doors out there yet, so I very much like to keep it that way, regardless if it's a general aviation or jets. But there's a lot of stuff that we should offer there that we don't have now in that FBO, and that I can't get because of our budget. So if we want to continue the growth, it probably needs to go private to continue the growth and how nice it is and to maintain it.
What kinds of things is it that we need that we can't get now?
Michael can answer that.
I mean, you go into other FBOs, there's, there'll be bars of drinks.
Yeah.
There'll be food, there'll be, nicer, depending on the airport, the crew cars, like we have crew cars. But, so, you go to some of the other airports, there's much nicer crew cars that are, private airports.
Yeah.
Just different amenities. I will say the majority of the airports that we fly into, it does feel like they're privately run by organizations. In my flying career, I've only been flying since 2006. So I remember the Bill Cope days. Was there anybody between Cope and when the city?
No, they moved out to, that's right, they moved out to.
Yeah, that's the only frame of reference that I have for Conway. But, there's a lot of airports that have a lot of nice waiting rooms when you go in, and we've got a decent.
We've got a great facility.
Yeah, but there's a lot of nice amenities out there.
Bentonville would be a good example.
Sure.
They've got a nice restaurant right there in the terminal.
Yeah.
And I'd like to see us add that facility. May not work because Bentonville's right in the airport's right in the middle of the city, and we're 15 minutes from here.
Toad Suck Bucks does a good job out there, though.
Yeah, but they're not very close either.
Yeah. But they're far enough out kind of Conway like we are. That's what I'm saying. But and again, there's nothing I can do without city council's approval. I've heard all those complaints from the last person that ran it. I'm trying to fix those complaints. my heart is to make the airport better. I love aviation. I'm just trying to make it better and continue the growth.
So one question I would have, as a fixed base operator, would you be able to provide any service of, obviously, getting into servicing airplanes is one thing, but getting into like detailing and things like that,
Absolutely.
is that stuff that
Yes.
that an FBO operator could do?
Yeah,
I mean,
yeah,
without
absolutely.
having a repair station, you can't really fix them.
Yeah, so I was on Arkansas Airport Association, and I did a panel while we were up at Jonesboro with all the airport people all over the state, and we're talking about what else can you guys do for income? Because all it is hangars and fuel.
Yeah.
And I jokingly said I tried to do a car wash one Saturday, but nobody wanted to come get their car washed by me. Someone raised their hand and was like, "We offer detailing." So that's a great question. I was like, but I don't know about liability with insurance and stuff. Like maybe that's something now with separate insurance we could look into doing. Because I've heard a lot of people land, they're gone for a business meeting for 5 hours.
Absolutely.
And hey, can you touch up my
Springdale,
plane?
there's a
Yep,
lady in
exactly.
Springdale that does mine,
Yep. So
because there's nobody here that does it.
that's right.
So when I fly to Springdale,
Yep.
you know, that they do it up there.
Yep. So things like that, and really, I mean, there's not, besides those little things, there's not too much. Having that Thaden Field, that restaurant, I mean, people just fly in there to go eat.
Yeah.
They get gas while they're there. Like that's a big driver for those things, but there's only so much as a city that we can do. Like I don't have a budget for snacks and drinks and those things. Like we don't have that support. I don't think, because all we're making back is just the fuel sales. So it's hard. And I was doing those things by myself all last year as a city employee on salary, getting zero return of my own money just to provide those things to make our airport nicer coming out of my pocket. So, I mean, it's just, I'm just trying to make it better. I'm not trying to do anything slimy or backhanded. I know you are. I'm not you are. But I've had a lot of opposition for me trying to do something good. And I get it. I know that I get it. But it's frustrating at the same time. So
But we've had a frustrating history.
absolutely. I understand that. I respect that. Absolutely. Absolutely.
And I haven't forgotten about it.
I understand.
And I won't forget about it as long as I continue to fly.
I know that. All I can say to that, and I looked at same people, I said, I'm not him, that's just me saying that. I'm trying to sell a product. So I get that.
And you're doing a good job.
Thank you. And I love it out there. We've got a great group of people out there. Our employees are phenomenal. They do a safe job, but
We're gonna miss Tim, that's for sure.
you know, I'm trying to, I mean, he's done, but I don't know. I'd love to keep him around, but he's retiring in February, so February 6th. So he's been around a long time, and just people flying all over the country and be like, Tim Huey? You can look on ForeFlight on the reviews and it's all just Tim Huey. So he's a good one. We'll definitely miss him.
So we just had the, sales tax thing, and a lot of people were disappointed with how that went. And,
Yeah.
now it's a new day and everybody's like, okay, what's our plan now? What happens if this isn't approved? Do you stay? Or you like,
As a director?
this is my choice? I'll either take it private or I'm
I'll be
gone?
staying. Yeah.
What's it?
You would
I will not be
staying?
staying.
You will not be staying? Okay.
So if this doesn't work out, no, I won't be. Yeah, and I don't want to say that, but you asked me.
So I missed that part. It sounded important.
Is
Is it the question that I think was the question,
Yeah.
and his answer was the answer that I think was the answer?
Yes.
Gotcha.
Yeah, so, and I mean, I've got a great relationship with everyone in city council, and we are very supported. The city council supports me, the mayor supports the airport. I've heard a lot of heartaches from these other airport directors all over the state, and we are very lucky. I mean, I've never called and he just, no, you can't have that because X, Y, Z. We don't ask for a lot because we're on our own budget that allows us to do things, but anything I've asked, they're help. And other departments as well. So, I mean, it is great. It's been great. I hope to continue those relationships, but we'll see. So, do you have any other questions on any of that? I know it's a lot, but again, I didn't really want to just throw it out there because it wouldn't take much for anybody else to just say, I could do that. So, but if y'all have any questions, you can call me after this or we can talk after this and you're going.
Sure.
Well, I was not here. I was recovering from surgery last time. Just however you wanna do it, Bill.
On the, what, the director's report?
Yes, sir.
Anybody have any questions about that? That was in the handout that we.
Yeah, I just had a question on the financials, but
Yeah, let me grab it real quick. Okay,
I was
sir.
amazed to know that we now got a 75-person waiting list for T-hangers.
You know.
Last I remember, it was about 45.
And I'm smart enough to know that I'm sure there's about 45 of those people are on 6 different airports around the local area. I'll call once a year to see if they still wanna be on the hangar waiting list. And I hate doing that because I'll get people really excited when they see Conway Airport come up, they're like, oh yeah. And then I just say, hey, do you still wanna be here? So I kinda quit doing that and I'll only call if something's available, but we've only one come up in this year. One person leave, so.
So we've got space north of that big hangar down, I don't know how to describe it. Down there next to the T hangars, but the larger one that's on the, would be east.
The F hangar?
Is that what it's called?
Yeah.
I guess that's right, yeah.
Yeah.
Isn't there space for 2 more hangars
Yeah.
north of that?
Yeah, and I meant to put my 6-year plan on here, I apologize, I didn't. I can email that to you guys, so in next year, 2026, we're gonna have to save some funds, cause this runway extension's depleted a lot of our grant money. So we're not doing any projects next year, this one will be finishing up next year, but we're not gonna start a new project all of 2026, but 2027, we're gonna add 2 new sets of T hangars north of the F hangar.
And they would be at the city expense, right? The FAA doesn't invest any money in the
They do.
buildings.
No, they do, yeah. But only if you're caught up on all your safety stuff. So if I just put on there all the time that I need new fuel tanks every year and new hangars, they're not gonna do it. But since we did the runway rehab and the painting and all the joints in the last couple of years, then they'll let us do the hangars. Yeah, cause they realize that there's such a high demand for hangar space.
Is that a new position?
Yes, sir. Yeah,
Cause I think before I thought the city had to pay for those.
no, you can, as long as it's, your other safety stuff is taken care of.
Okay.
So if you have, you got a huge crack in your runway and you just come up there and say, I need a 100 by 100 hangar, they're not gonna do that. But since we've done the last 3-4 safety projects, they're willing to do that. The state also had a really, really good year.
I was gonna ask you about that,
Yeah.
cause that's where some money
That's
can come
huge,
from.
yeah, that's really big. The sales tax from our fuel and airplane sales, that tax goes into our state funds. And that's where we get, like if we do a 90-10 grant, that 10% will be covered by the state. Well, we pay the 10% up front, the city does, and then I apply for a grant on the end, and then the state back funds that 10% we paid up front. So they're looking to do some nice hangar grants this year, and they did that 2 years ago, I think, to try to help out some of this waiting list problems throughout the state, because they've done a really, really good job through the state to manage all that. So
When you say they do the grants this year, would that be for like a 2027 project?
2026, they'll do it 2026, maybe, they're talking about doing it. And they've got a meeting coming up soon, so.
But you still gonna have the 90%.
Yeah, and I will if I take this privately, I will cover that 10%. No, we would just pay 10%, they would cover 90 of the hangar for the
The
state.
state would?
Yes,
Oh,
yes. Yeah, or maybe it's an 80-20,
okay.
but it's still better than $1 million for a hangar. And that's what we paid for that F hangar that you're talking about. So, and we still owe $600,000 on it. So, but that's phenomenal. I mean, they've done a really good job with that. And it's a whole bidding process too. They have to approve it. There's a board that works for the state that does all that. So we'll see. That'd be great. I know a lot of people take advantage of it last time. We were able to get some hangars done, or at least started the process. Maybe just got the dirt work and the concrete, and then maybe apply next year. So, yeah. I'll send you guys out my 6-year plan though for the FA tomorrow. And we can take a look at it, but there's nothing past that, so
How many hangars are in the F?
12.
there's 12 in each one. Yeah. Let's see. Our fuel sales are looking really good, so we should surpass the jet sales for jet and maybe avgas as well. January and February gets really cold out there for us, gets kind of frozen up most years since I've been out there. So it's, that makes it kind of tough. There's really nothing, so our concrete's, you guys help me out here, you construction guys. It's cut, grooved, grooved, is that it? Yes. So it's really hard to put a ox blade on that and scrape it. So we try as much as we can not to do that. You can't put salt on it because that corrodes the aircraft. So I'll get out there with a fan and try to dry it up. That's what helps. But the groove concrete's really nice until it gets ice on it, and then you're just
Done.
yeah. So we've got a tractor, but we just get way above it and just kind of get the snow off, and then it kind of is what it is. But that groove kind of makes it melt a little bit quicker too. But you'll see always throughout this whole 7 years of data that January and February are kind of slow for us.
You know, in construction on our cleanup, we have a street sweeper.
Yeah.
They're pretty reasonable cost that you could put some actual mechanical pressure
Break
on
up the
that
ice.
ice to get it out of those grooves. It might be
It's a great
worth
idea.
looking into.
Yeah.
You know, you get some with the hard bristles on it.
You can sell that for like
They can make a pull behind, don't they, that you can hook to a tractor?
They make every kind, you can put it on
They'll
a
sell
skid
you
steer,
anything.
you can put it on
yeah.
a independent system, all kinds, so.
I'll definitely look at that. That's a great idea. They have, they've got big airports. They can afford to have it, but they make some chemicals that just, but it's so expensive.
Yeah.
And to do that and then have 2 jets and a 172 land, it would make sense. Like it's very expensive. But when you have commercial airports and need to get people in and out, it makes sense. But so we're just kind of a wait and hope for us. But we've already sold more fuel this year. We have 363,000 gallons. We still have 2 more months left. About 350 is kind of what we've been at. So I hope maybe to break 400. That'd be really cool.
Looks like you ought to.
I think so. Yeah.
Be close.
This runway extension will help be able to bring larger planes. We get pretty large planes, but it'll allow them to take on more fuel when they leave, which will help. I'm curious to see what that data looks like at the end of next year to kind of see how much more they're able to take on, or if they did, or how much it helped. So that'd be cool to see. You guys have any questions about any old business or anything?
How long is the extension again?
505 feet, so we will be at 6,005. And they've been great. Weaver Bailey has been awesome. I'm glad they got it. They're very professional. They know what they're doing. Communication's phenomenal. So they've been a great partner for this project. So I've been glad. So they built the airports. I mean,
They're top shelf, yeah.
they know where everything's at, and so it's been pretty good. Obviously this rain's hurt us today and tomorrow, but we'll get back on it. And keep working away. It's a 128-day project, I think, total. So
From when? When's the beginning date on that? Is it? I noticed there's a bunch of equipment out there right now.
yeah, we're 3 weeks in. Yeah, I'll get you a firm date when we started. But this is the 4th week.
And no more planned closures?
There'll be 1 or 2 at the end, the same way that we did in the front side. So we put in that temporary threshold, so we'll have to take that off and then paint we'll paint the new ones before we take that off. Then we'll just put X's on it and remove that temporary threshold, which is really cool to watch, by the way. That's pretty neat that they can do something like that. They had the lights turned off and back on within 2 days, and then a new temporary threshold installed within 2 days. It was really pretty amazing to watch that. But we'll get the PAPIs installed back off further where they need to be and all that stuff. We got to get airport survey, them flying in, doing an approach and stuff like that. So it's all been applied for and ready. So it's they're definitely on schedule and it'll be a good project.
I just had a question on the financials.
Yes, sir. Yeah.
So everything tracks like 75-80% on the budget, except for community hangar rent
Yeah.
and ground leases, which are all known things.
The ground leases.
Did something change that we thought
I'm trying to pull it up.
we planned for?
I think it was, one was my fault on the ground lace. I'm trying to see which one. The community hangar, I think should pay at the end of the year. The ground lease is,
Is it timing? So
I
a
think
lot
it
of
should,
people
you should
renew
get it
their
at the end of
lease
the year. Yeah,
towards
that's
the end of the year.
You
and
should see it
all
at the end
makes
of the year,
sense. Okay.
yeah, cause that's pretty fixed
I thought
number.
that was pretty easy numbers to
Yeah,
come up with.
Yeah, so, we should see that at the end of the year.
Okay, so 1/12 doesn't renew every month, so it magically is spread
Yeah,
across the
yeah.
whole year. Okay.
And this is August 31st, so.
Yeah.
Is this the most recent financial?
Yeah, there was not one on the, last city council member. I've just pulled them off the stuff that they send out there,
Oh.
so, I'll get you guys a new one as well.
But that makes
Leases are all from January 1 to end of
Yes,
the
sir.
year,
Yes, sir.
calendar year.
Yes, sir.
And are they going up next year, leases?
Yes and no. So we'll see. If we'll have to take it for city council vote it needs to. I did fixed four hangars that are $2,000 each to fix.
Well, I mentioned a couple of
You
years
probably
ago.
need a whole new,
Well, I mentioned a couple of years ago to you that the rent, in my opinion, is ridiculously cheap
Yes.
on the hangars.
can you, hold on, repeat that one more time?
I don't wanna pay more, but it's certainly not on the high side.
I was the greatest person in the world until I brought that up.
Yeah.
And then you would have thought that I was pocketing the money myself.
Yeah.
But I paid $8,000 to fix four hangars and they're 12 years old
And
now.
I was just, if you paid $1 million for that F block of 12 hangars, and
Think how long that takes to pay.
it's only generating $36,000 a year in revenue,
Not a very
you
good
can't
investment.
pay the interest on $1 million for $36,000 a year.
And that's why we have such a backlog, and all airports are like that.
So,
It's not just an us
you
thing.
know, from a business case.
Sure.
Which is what it is.
Yeah. Plus our insurance is going up, our vehicles and our property.
And I'm a stakeholder out there, I'm
Yeah.
paying rent on them, you
Yeah.
know, but.
I
Yeah,
thought when we set those rates that we were trying to stay in the market of our general area, and then we were in the middle of that, were we not?
yeah. Well, not anymore. Morrilton's at 300. Everyone has gone up, and it's probably because all this insurance and stuff that is driving up. I know we're probably 60 grand.
So not only are we low on, and I'm probably speaking on an unpopular topic, but not only are we low on hangar lease rate, we've got one of the nicer facilities in the state.
Yeah.
Certainly nicer than Marlton.
We ought to be getting a premium over the majority of our neighbors that we're comparing to,
Yeah.
you know,
Yeah.
and we're on the low side of it, so, you know,
I think Morton was 225-ish, about 6 or 8 months ago. Didn't they just
They're at 300 now.
raise that all in
Yeah.
one swoop?
Yeah.
I think.
Yeah.
That was just
I made that argument to you 2 or 3 years ago, and
Yeah.
in an
And
email,
what stinks-
in an email,
Things are starting to break now, so it
Yeah,
makes it even worse.
yeah, it needs to
And-
go up.
And I will fix the hangars now. I'm a master at them because those are very expensive and I know how to fix them now, so I'm trying my best to do it myself because it's very expensive to fix. There's not much to them, but I've been up there enough now that
You've been up on mine several
I
times.
might need to start my own business fixing hangar doors because there's no one that does that either. There's not much to them, so.
I mean, there's no business in the world that would build a facility for $1 million and lease it for $36,000.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm with you.
But you survey every year the area competitors, what they're leasing for.
We do, and other airports do as well. Like I said, the Arkansas Airport Association does a good job of it. And I've shared our lease with plenty of other airport directors, and they share theirs and rates. There's not, other airport directors, we don't hide much. We try to help everyone because there's nothing really, people are gonna wanna keep their airplane where they live. They're not really they can't live here and then live at Mountain Home and have their, it's not, so we don't really have anything to hide. So we do share really good information. We've got a really good group there of operators that just share information and say, hey, have you seen this? What do you do for your ag guys that fly in and out? What do you do for your jets? What services do you guys have? So we get some really good data and we are very low.
Have we done a walkthrough of all the units to see if there's a plane in every one?
Yeah, so in the lease, it says that it's gotta be 90 days to find an aircraft, and then if it's 60 days to find an aircraft, if your plane's broken, so it's gotta be, the FAA says that It's gotta be airworthiness and licensed and insured. Now, I was in maintenance, right, with the military. I know how hard it is to get parts right now. I know how hard it is to get those parts put in. So if you're getting close to that and Michael calls me and says, hey man, I can't find a guy to throw this prop on there. No problem, you're actively working, I got it. You know, I'm not trying to be, I
I
understand.
was down for 2 months with one under warranty.
Yeah, it's hard. So, I mean, I get it. There's, just like I said, just have a good conversation and keep me updated. And I don't go in. I go in there once a quarter and check because there's, you're not allowed to have gas cans and open, or, you know, things like that. So we go in there and check and we grease the hangers so we don't have to pay $2,000. So when we get in there and look, and we're allowed to do that.
Yeah.
We have really good tenants, like,
So they've all got airplanes?
yes, yeah. Now, some of them are not airworthy.
Yeah.
I need to get fixed, but.
How much below market rate are we on hangar rent?
I was proposed to go to 325. Morrilton's at
Where are we?
300.
Excuse me.
We're at 225.
225.
Yeah, but you have to take that to city council to get them to vote on it. If I took it over, I could set it, I will set it at that rate of 325 that I propose the city do as well.
The 225s for the smaller T hangers?
Yes, sir,
Yeah.
the general one, yeah.
And you propose to go to 325?
325, yeah. Mountain Home's at 500. I don't know what they're at Little Rock, I'm imagine it's around there. So I mean, it is expensive, and I get that, and I have not wanted to raise costs. I think I told him this because we do so well at jets. I try not to hurt the guys that do this for fun. I understand what it is, and I want to support that. I don't want to just hurt them for having a hobby, right? So that's kind of been my route towards that the whole time, but at the same time, you don't want to lose money and then have to
Yeah.
pay to fix, you know.
And that kind of brings up kind of what I was kind of curious about, like, so these guys say the city council approves it, goes to 325. We're gonna hear, there's gonna be some pilots call up some city council members and say, you know, I'm upset.
Yep.
What happens if 2 years down the road you say, well, Mountain Home has 500, we're moving to 500? Who do those people have to, like,
It would be me, yes.
it'd be you?
Yep.
And you said they go to Morrilton if they don't like it.
Yeah, I mean, I don't wanna be mean, but I mean, that's unfortunately.
Yeah.
And it's just like anything, if you're renting a house from somebody and you don't like cockroaches, you can either clean up the cockroaches or move apartments, you know, it's not a nice way to put that. I try my best to work with everybody. I haven't had any issues out there with anybody at General Aviation, which is rare, but I mean, realistically, that's what it would be.
Okay.
I mean, I would love to have a conversation with them before they left, and
Yeah.
I've got a great relationship with everybody out there, even us talking about this. I mean, I've talked to other folks that are against this, and rightfully so, right? I wanna hear both sides. I don't want everybody to tell me it's great and then it's not. Like, I wanna hear both sides. Maybe there's something I've missed that, so I've had some good conversations out of it, and I understand, but in the end, it would all come down to me, so.
What's the term of the lease that you're proposing?
30 years.
Wow. For 300,000?
That's pretty standard with all these, with the FBOs, from what I've learned.
Well, on the hangar rent, you're having aging hangars and maintenance costs can do nothing but go up.
Yes.
If it creates more reserve to maintain it, that makes sense. Plus your insurance is going higher, everything goes higher.
Yes, yeah.
Yeah.
It's, either way, the city or myself will not be pocketing any of this financial thing because it would be all covering the cost. The line techs, rightfully so, will get paid more, a lot more. They'll get a nice raise, and they should either way, but this will help cover that. So, and fixing the hangars, the issues, there's some now that need new cables. Those motors are I mean, they're starting to get beat up a little bit, so,
Is there a reason we couldn't use the 500,000 that's in our account now to do those things?
the airport can,
The airport can?
yes, the airport can.
So,
We're on our own general fund.
yeah.
Yep.
So it's not like we couldn't fix those things before the lease got done, and after the lease gets done, we can. We could fix them now with the budget that we've got.
Yes, yeah.
Okay.
Yes, yeah, and I do, but I haven't, everything's fixed. Now, it takes a little while to get the parts in to fix the hangars and stuff like that, but yes, yeah, we've got money there to fix. We've done really well, so, and it's been, so we have the money there. It's not like, I haven't budgeted for all that stuff. I have now this year, for next year, because I've seen the issues we've had, so I've put some money in for fixing the building issues and stuff like that, so. You can plan for what you can only see and try to adjust fire for next year and put that stuff in the budget for next year, so. I need to send you guys a copy of that too for next year. What else y'all got?
I don't think you've touched on this. What about the national designation
Yeah.
status?
In December, I'll pull it and we'll see what numbers we are. We're only missing instrument approaches through there. And I hope with as much as, well, Superior's helped a lot too with their flying. They've been doing well, but I hope with UCA, they've been through a couple instrument classes now. They just had the first kid graduate all the way through the other day, I think, too.
So the funding would go from 250 to 750?
Yes, sir. Yep. So, and we're not gonna get like a Delta Airlines because of that. It's just a budget number is all that is. So I don't want people to get excited about that. It helps us
$500,000.
tremendously, yeah, but it doesn't give us like a huge charter service or anything like that. It just helps the projects we can do easier. Yeah, absolutely. We wouldn't have to wait this next year. If we were already there, we wouldn't have to wait this next year to build those T hangars. We would have been able to do it with 800,000. Just for reference, that's what it is. So now we're gonna have to wait a year because we were not a national airport.
So did you say that we're lacking in the numbers of instrument approaches?
Yes, sir. Yep. So if you fly, make sure you always instrument.
And what are the numbers that you need to hit
I
there?
don't remember what it is.
But if you're coming in on instrument, you have to cancel on the ground,
That's right.
not inside the final approach fix.
Yes, sir.
Doesn't count.
Yep.
You gotta call in the ground.
Yes, sir. Which is a killer, but
Yeah.
that's what.
But you won't know until year end.
That's right.
Cause a lot of us will fly those instrument approaches and we end up canceling in the air.
Yeah, over the river or something.
Yeah.
Yeah, when you get visual. Yep. But then at the same token, I have people land and I get a phone call, hey, did Michael Boykes land? Yeah, he's pulling his hanger right now. Can we tell him to call me, please?
Yeah.
That's gonna happen one time, then he's gonna start canceling above the
Yeah.
river. So
Exactly.
we've had that. So I get it, it's just, it's part of it. What else y'all got? Tim is leaving. He's retiring. He's not leaving, he's retiring. In February, so I'll try to have something out there for him. He's been tremendous,
I guess he is.
hard worker.
How old is he? Yeah.
I don't ever want to tell the lady's age. 63 maybe, somewhere around there.
He's an excellent ambassador for City of Conway and the airport.
Yes, he
Yeah,
is.
absolutely. I mean, he's,
Just phenomenal
Yeah.
human being.
everyone that goes in there either knows him or he's a great man. So I'll definitely miss him. I'm sure he'll still come out there and drink coffee all the time. But
Yeah.
I told him, I was like, if you come out here and put me to work, he's like, I'll do whatever you ask. So I hope he takes some time because I know he will do that. So
Great guy.
we'll definitely miss him. Hopefully he'll stick around and still come out and hang out and stuff like that. But I think Mason Brinkley is definitely, and for the record, if I do not stay, I highly recommend that you guys look at Mason Brinkley. He's a private pilot. He graduated from UCA. I've been showing him to a lot of meetings. He knows the ropes. So if for some reason something happens, I would highly recommend all of you take a serious look at Mason Brinkley. He will be a slide in and start on day one and continue because he's a good one.
What's his current job?
He's a line tech too.
Okay.
He's been out there. It's probably his second year, at least 2 years. But he's very sharp. He's working on his instrument now, so he's got his private pilot license, and I've been trying to groom him to take Tim's spot and then mine, and just you're not a good leader if you're just not preparing the next person behind you to step up. So I definitely think he's ready for what that's worth. So.
And you said you got some new people coming on this group?
I'll have to backfill. I will backfill Tim's with Mason's, and I'll have to get a new line tech. Our other two line techs are great. They're UCA students. They're in the flight program. I mean, we're not as successful as we are. It's all because of those guys. I mean, we do quick turnarounds. We have great service. They're safe. They know what they're doing. Whenever I was down swelling with my back, it's wild to leave your place of employment and not have to worry about it because all those guys did a phenomenal job. So, I was very thankful for that. So we'll look out for another line tech whenever that happens. But Mason,
As far as this council goes, I understand there's some new blood coming on.
I don't know who it is yet.
I mean, I don't know how that works.
Yeah.
I know somebody turned my name in and I showed up. But
Yeah. I don't know who it is yet.
Okay.
I don't know when they announce it, maybe at the end of, beginning of the year, maybe? When did you get put on?
I think it was after, yeah, I think it was after the first of the year.
Yeah,
Yeah, Felicia sent me an email on it.
yeah, so,
But if I understand it right, my term ends today, so.
you're out of here.
Yeah, I just want to appreciate all the stuff I've learned
Thank
about
you.
aviation, airport, because I know I'm the non-pilot guy. Brett and Carol and I were brought in for that reason.
I was talking about this the other day, I like how they do it where it's half pilots and then half businessmen and women, and it's a good blend of that. I very much appreciate that because he's never asked me, well, he has, but the other pilots haven't asked me about financials, but you guys do, because that's what you see all the time, and I love that aspect of it. It makes it a lot easier, because I miss things. I mean, I'm
When you're gonna get that with him, he's a constructor just like me, so.
good.
But I appreciate all the education. I'll ask all the dumb questions, but
Hey,
I
listen,
learned a lot.
You'll
I
be
very
missed,
much
bud.
appreciate you.
Yeah, thank you,
Yeah,
thank you. Yeah, appreciate it.
Yes, sir, thank you.
So do you have a list of everybody's term?
That's what I just wondered. I don't know.
I've got the terms.
It's on the website,
Yeah,
actually.
but,
I looked
on
it
the
up.
website,
It's on the
yeah.
website.
It also
shows
says
when
I'm a
you can-
licensed pilot, and I giggle when
Hey.
What, I
We'll
don't
give you an
know.
honorary one.
I can drive a backhoe, but I never
I'll
play.
put you on the simulator
I'm
first.
sure.
I'll put you on the sim and we'll see how good you
Appreciate
do
the
there.
promotion. Yeah.
Same pay
Will you
though.
let me come get in the plane, because the website says I'm a licensed pilot?
You can if you want to.
I'll take you, come on.
Yeah, I've seen that it is on the website though, for.
Yeah, and the terms are on there as
Yeah.
well, so.
So, and they're 4 years.
4-year terms. I didn't know that.
Yours is 12. You've been on.
You must be a lifer.
I have been so far, yeah. It's been fun, I enjoyed it.
Yeah. We appreciate you guys. I know this is the last one for the year. So thank you guys. I do generally appreciate all the back and forth and the emails and the questions, and it keeps me in check. Again, I don't want to lose this one way or the other. I do want to keep it and continue to get the input, and appreciate all the help. If you guys have any issues or anything like that, any questions of anything, just give me a call or email or come out and see me. So we appreciate y'all.
Thank you.
Thanks.
Good. All right, guys.
You're out next year
I'm out next year.
if you don't get reappointed.
Yeah.
Are you really?
Did Carol roll off?
Jeff
Seems like
Standards
yesterday.
rolls off this year too.
He and I came on the same time, Jeff and I.
Jeff's out, Don's out.